is the story of the people helping people all throughout this land of ours, because that's what we're all about. This is the story. This is the story of the people helping people all throughout this land of ours, because that's what we're all about. This is the story.
Welcome to another episode of Powered by Volunteers, and I'm here today with Marie. Hi, Marie.
Hi.
Marie, tell us where you are.
I am in Dallas, Texas.
It looks like it's a beautiful spring day.
Thank you. It is. It's kind of humid, but it is beautiful.
Already.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay, well, we're going to ask you a couple of quick questions to get to know you, and then we'll get into the whole volunteering story. So how do you take your coffee?
With a lot of agave and milk.
I love agave and coffee.
Yeah, me too.
My kind of person. Dogs, cats, both.
I have children, so no pets.
I get that. Okay, this is a hot topic in Beto world. Cargo shorts on men, yes or no?
Oh gosh, it depends on the skinny factor of the man. I would kill my husband if he wore cargo pants.
I love that answer. That's perfect. Okay, Harry Potter, yes or no?
Yes, I love Harry Potter.
Oh, awesome. Okay, this gives you like so many bonus points. What house would you be in?
Of course, Gryffindor, of course.
There you go. I'm a Ravenclaw, but I have a feeling you're Gryffindor energy.
Gotcha. I always say it wrong. Sorry, I did say Gryffindor.
Yeah, no, you're right. I love it. Okay, so now that we kind of have an idea of who you are, which is basically awesome, tell us a little bit about how you got involved with volunteering and what you've been doing.
Well, I actually, I'm adopted by my grandmother, and we were a food bank family. So I know hunger it's very, very, very close to my heart. I've been there, I've done that. And it's something that I hold very special, hold on, sorry. I'm nervous.
Oh, you're great. Edit that part, so don't worry.
Yeah, I am a food bank child. And it's something that is very near and dear to me. And I know what it's like to be incredibly hungry and to be worried about, today, the next meal, tomorrow's meal, and so on. So it's something that's very important to me. I have always cared about helping in any way that I can. Mm-hmm. I have 3 kids. And, my oldest is involved in a lot of things, and I'm always like, oh, what can I help with? PTO, just anything that I can get my hands on to help. It's just who I am. I love helping, and I really love helping those in need, because I know what it's like to be in need. And so when I started volunteering, it was very special to me. And it's also very sad. I go in with a brave face, and I do what I can to help, and I try to get as many families fed. I try to communicate with the kids, because I know what it's like to maybe just want to be noticed, or hi, and a hello and a smile goes a very long way, along with a box of food. So it's special to me. It holds a really, really deep part in my heart. So that's how I got involved.
Yeah, that's so powerful and really beautiful. And I actually didn't know that. I just knew that you were nominated because the person who nominated you said you never missed a shift. You always show up. And I thought it was really intriguing, because I knew you had young kids, and I know that anytime that you get to yourself is precious, and to spend it volunteering in the community is not necessarily common, but it's incredible that you do that. And I can totally understand why. I mean, you're a testament to the success of investing in our people.
Right. Thank you.
So I am really amazed by that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Absolutely.
And had you always done this prior to kind of COVID, or was this you got called and you thought this is the moment?
Really, my volunteer time was mainly with women's shelters prior to this. Mm-hmm. When I started seeing the the way things were falling in place with COVID, I immediately, and I actually had my grandmother here with me because I, you know, when the toilet paper started going away, and all of a sudden Amazon was delayed, and I usually, she lives in a different area of Texas, and I usually send her little care packages just normally. And I started seeing that deliveries were going to be delayed, and grocery stores were like, people were in panic mode, panic buying. So I told my husband, I said, you know, I'm going to go get grandma, because I just, what if I can't get food to her, or toilet paper, or medicine, or any of her essentials? I would have just rather had her here. So she, you know, I went and I brought her here, and I started thinking to myself, oh my gosh, can you imagine this happening when I was 8 years old, after my grandfather died, and my family started, you know, my grandmother and I started financially suffering and going hungry, literally. I can't imagine what is going to happen to these families who are undocumented, who are going to receive zero help from the government, to single moms who have multiple children, who are already struggling in the normal, a normal day-to-day basis to feed their kids. What's going to happen? And so I immediately started doing some research, and I get the emails from Beto, and I started seeing, okay, there's action being taken by some people, not as much as we needed outside of, you know, where I was looking. But I immediately said, okay, I've got to sign up. I've got to do something. And my poor husband, who was an essential worker through this whole thing, started working like ridiculous hours. And he works for a company that produces food, and he sleeps very little and works more than he sleeps and breathes and whatnot. So, but he's a saint. Between him and my teenage daughter, they said, go do it. You know, we've got this. We're going to help with the kids and with the babies. I have twin toddlers. We'll help you. Go do what you got to do. We know how special and important this is to you, and how important it is that there's people out there helping. So that's when I kind of switched over to food bank from women's shelters. But yeah, it was insane. My first time, there was hundreds of cars lined up. And I remember thinking, okay, we're not going to be able to feed these people. There's this many boxes and this many people. Mm-hmm. And I remember running like at least a mile, for like, you know, a few cars out that we thought we were going to be done with boxes. And I remember turning away around 200 to 300 families, 200 to 300 cars with 2 to 3 families inside of each car. Wow. So that right there was like, you know, it broke my heart. And I just immediately, I text Brenda, and I said, use me, do what you need to, put me where you need to put me. What can I do? How can I do it? Let me help. Don't hold back. Just tell me when, tell me where, I'll be there. And I've been there. So, yeah.
Wow. This is so overwhelming to hear about it from you, because, you know, you see the pictures, but it's hard to put a human face to it. You know, you just see like the aerial shot of all the cars. Right. It's hard to sort of conceptualize that there are multiple families in every car. And, you know, just the level of need is it's overwhelming. And I'm so thankful that you are there to help, and your family, that it's a whole family effort. You know, it's a really good thing to highlight too, that your husband and your daughter have really stepped up so that you can do this work.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate them so much for letting me do this. And my teenager has also come out and helped, which is really great. And I'm super proud of her. She has been speaking Spanish to all of the families that need it. And it was kind of like a shock. Like, I didn't realize she was doing it. And then I kind of, you know, overheard it. It's like, wow. I'm like, you're doing really good. I mean, communicating so well with everyone. And that's my biggest thing, is that when I go to these food banks, I go early. And if I'm captaining them, I make sure that my teammates, which I have amazing teammates who help, I make sure that we all go speak to every car and kind of get a feel for their situation. before we start handing out boxes. And, you know, because I know some people's situations are more dire than others, and I want to make sure that they're fed through the week, because some of these people are living one box at a time. And I just want to make sure everybody gets fed accordingly. And I also want everybody to be calm. And it's just so sad. There's been times where there's hundreds of cars, and children are in the cars waiting for hours and hours from the moment that they got in line at, you know, 6, 7 a.m. for a 10 a.m. You know, pickup. And they're, you know, they're hungry, but it's just a normality for them, and it's really sad. And, you know, what can we do except for help?
Yeah, well, we can do what you're doing, which is, you know, and like I said, just seeing you sitting here is I mean, that's what we need to see, right? That it's worth it to take care of our people, just because, you know, number one, because it's the right thing to do, but number two, because then they turn around and complete the cycle by becoming helpers.
Exactly.
And, you know, I feel like this was such a privilege to get to talk to you, and I appreciate everything that you're doing so much. And I'm so glad that we have people like you. I mean, this is what's inspirational, is seeing, you know, quote unquote, ordinary people that do extraordinary things. And, all right, well, you guys, this was Marie, and this is Powered by Volunteers, and Marie is certainly a powerful volunteer. So thank you for talking with us today, Marie.
Absolutely, anytime.